What is up, Space Cadets? Brandon here with Fold Up Games. I hope you are doing most excellent. So, I'm back from the dead. If you watched my last video, you were like, dang, is that guy okay? No, I was not okay. I was very sick for a couple of weeks, so I'm alive now. Very exciting. Very nice to be alive. And after that, my brain was in a total space cadet fog of trying to recover from being sick and medicine and everything else. So no coding was occurring. But I actually had done a little coding before I got sick, and I finished out that and started more stuff. So I got things to show you today. So first of all, I had a glitch that I had mentioned previously on the cargo ships where they would lag out the planets whenever they would spawn. The planets would just sort of stop in their rotation, in their orbit, and then the ship would go on. And I went round and round and round. I wound up stripping out all the code and really simplifying the code, which was a good thing in the end. It didn't fix the problem. Then I finally realized that I was stupid, and I had tagged the cargo ships as solid. And in Game Maker, that means something to the system. And it means that the planets were like, I'm stuck in a cargo ship, which is solid. I need to get out of that if I can. So I broke it. There's a shock. I broke it. But now their cargo ship's code is a lot more simple. So that's good. The other thing I did for cargo ships is that in the interest of simplifying them, I used to have them kind of scanning all the time just to avoid stuff. And it was a bit much, and I thought it was probably more resource intensive than it needed to be. So now I just have them when they're spawned to see if they've got a clear path to go out to the jump ring, then they can go to it. Otherwise, they're going to go to a new thing I added, which was these nav points, these little stars, kind of looking things that are everywhere. They're invisible to the player. They don't really exist. I can only see them in testing mode, but the cargo ships know that they're there, and they will go out to those little nav points if they don't like the direct route to the ring. So that's cool. Next up. Inventory. Ooh, you get to a point where you're making games and you're like, this is all about me making inventory systems and database systems, and they could be better and I could be smarter about it. But also I would rather make things just go pew pew. And frankly, I want to quit and I want to go make my own Mario with a machine gun game instead. So database systems are not my friend, and I don't like doing them. So trying to make inventory work is a nightmare. But I got it working. Yay! So the locker works. You can move cargo around in the locker, and then you can add it to your own personal inventory. And when it's in your personal inventory, you can carry it over to some other area, like the maintenance bay. And voila, it's still there. You can move it around, go back, and hey, it still works. That sounds like, yeah, big deal. Well, it is a big deal just because the locker is kind of a physical, literal system that's on screen. You just drag and drop objects around and they move to where they're supposed to be. It's kind of stupid, actually, behind the scenes. But the personal inventory system is coded a little bit different. And anyway, not to get too nerdy with it, but it's more of a database. So I had to make a database work with this. You don't care. If you care about coding, then you get the idea of what I'm talking about already. All right, last thing that is more exciting and more pew-pew, Mario with a machine gun is a game I'm going to have to make now. A more interesting thing is that I added in Asteroids, so that exists. They're not finished. I just got a graphic together and dropped it in, and it's in there rotating, and that's all it does right now. But you can shoot it, pew-pew. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Cosmic Cavalier this is actually the third time I've attempted to make this particular game. And it was more of that Sundog kind of a concept, which was the inspiration game in the first place. If you watch the original video in the series, I've tried over and over again to make this darn game, and I've gotten stuck at different points, like inventory management systems got me stuck. I used to have it to where you would go in and out through an EVA system from the ship, so it would literally switch around your collision masks from being inside the ship to colliding with the outside when you went outside, and rotations and angles, and it was stupid, and I don't know what I was thinking. I made it hard, and I realized that enough to want to quit, and I did quit. So I'm at it again, but Asteroids were one of the things that have always been in there, and I've always managed to get going. What I never did manage to get going before was the significant amount of progress, particularly with these data systems that I've already said I don't like doing. But I've gotten better at them. They're just they're just multi-leveled arrays. It should be a data structure, a DS list instead, but I didn't do that. I have a multi-level array, which was just easier for me to manage. And in the interest of making it easy and approachable, that's what I did. But getting out of stuck universe and making things happen, I've got Asteroids in, so I feel like I've kind of come full circle and I'm making progress into getting things done. So, long video to say I am alive and progress is being made, and hopefully we'll continue to be making progress unabated into the future. But something will come up and we'll get stuck again, no doubt. That's game dev. But I'll finish it eventually. So if you want to talk about anything, ask any questions, have any comments, please leave them down below. I do try to read all the comments and respond. So if you come back later on, you'll see that I have made a response to your comments. So I appreciate it. Hey, everybody, you have a great day out there, and I will see you around the galaxy.